Hey everyone, it's Little Sodor Studios here, and I'm going to go ahead and do my first unboxing. I bought a couple items recently, some in stores as you could see, and some online. The two destinations, Wellsworth and this one's the 3-in-1 Sodor scene. I got them both at the same place. There's a hobby shop about a half an hour, 45 minutes away from me, who still has some Thomas Wooden Railway items, so I went ahead and I picked those up. And then the two engines I actually got off the eBay brand new in box, Duke and Bertram. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to open them all up individually on here. This is my first unboxing, so I hope it goes well. I'm honestly not sure. I kind of have a setup going, not sure if it'll work. But we're going to go ahead. I think we'll do the destinations first, and then we'll end with the two engines. I'm not really going to like review each item. I'm simply just going to open up and give my initial thoughts on the item. So without further ado, let's start opening. So I went ahead, I kind of moved my camera forward. I only have the Sodor 3-in-1. We're going to start with that one first. Again, I've never really unboxed on camera, so we're going to see how this goes. I'll do my best to keep it right here, but with an item this big, I'm probably going to have to go ahead and kind of pull it back. But I'm just going to get started. I'm going to pick a side and just go for it. I probably should have... There we go. There's that. The nice part was I only paid $30 for this. At least I feel that for not being able to get Thomas Wooden Railway anymore, anything new, getting this item for $30 was, I felt, a pretty good deal. And new in box. Not like okay, I got it off of eBay because some guys had it for who knows how long, and I was able to get it right here now. So we're gonna go. The nice thing that I like about this is that, in a way, it's not a full box. So in some ways, it's easier to get out, but in other ways, it makes it more difficult. It's got this nice little kind of scenic backdrop on it, pretty cool. And it says there were you need a screwdriver, so I grabbed one. I'm not sure if it'll be big enough, but we'll see. Or small enough, these things. It's almost like they're usually too big, but it looks like it fits pretty well, actually. Maybe not. Yeah, hang on, I'm going to pull this up real quick. I think my screwdriver's just a little too small. Yeah, it is. So I'll tell you what, live unboxing, you never know what's going to happen. I'm going to go ahead, kind of do a jump cut here so I can get the right screwdriver and continue to unbox this. Alright, I'm back. I went ahead and I did find a screwdriver that works, so we're going to go ahead and just keep opening it up. Luckily I have a whole box of, really, at this day and age, everyone has a whole collection of screwdrivers. We got these nice little screwdriver kits where they're not like a full screwdriver like in the regular sense, at least with like the regular handles like this one. So that was pretty cool. We had some of these. Let's see. So I'm just going to completely take that off. I'm not sure how far it has to screw out, but we're going to go ahead. And there's only two on this one, so that's nice. I've seen some destinations that have like upwards of like 5 of these, and it fell off the back. Live unboxing. Cardboard, not important. But here we go. It's funny, it actually looks a lot smaller outside the package. Let me move my camera a little bit. There we go, that's a little better. But let's take a look at it real fast. I don't want to review, but I want to give my initial thoughts. Something I before I picked up, I did mess around with it. A lot of people, I'm sure, already own this destination, and of those you don't, it's got the nice, really easy way to rotate or change the destination that it is. I'll probably usually just keep it as the Sodor Lumber Company, but you never know. That or Marin Station, because there's the ice cream factory. Marin Station. The nice thing about this is, for someone who wouldn't, have a lot of, not necessarily have a lot of money, but doesn't have a lot of space even, you could get 3 destinations out of this little setup here with, and each side looks, the back side looks more like a factory, so that's kind of like the downside, I guess, if you want to use it to a, or use it as Marin Station, but, for what I want to use it for, I think it's going to turn out great. This is paying $30, I think, was, like, right on the money. maybe a little more expensive because, like I said, I thought it was a little bigger. But at the same time, it's very nice. I know there's not a lot of space kind of outside the track, but I like it. And let's go ahead and we're going to move on to our next item. The next item I have is Wellsworth Station. I'm really excited to get this because I've never owned a station. I've owned like factories, like I have like the grain silo, the smelting or the scrapyard, the cement works. So I've had like business destinations, but I've never really had a station before. And this is really nice. I've seen tons of other people have it. I like it. I only paid. I think I only paid. No, I think I did pay the $40, which wasn't bad. Especially because where I got this, I'll go ahead and open it as I talk. The guy gives me a deal. Him and I get along pretty well, so I was able to kind of, work out some, not really work out some deals, but we understand each other. So this is back in the day where like nothing was tied down, so it was all in box. So that was kind of annoying. We got these, I threw away all of mine when I was a kid, I think. But it's great to kind of get a hold of one of these pamphlets just to see what I could have gotten back in the day. And then the station. And it's about as big as I thought it would be. I just kind of moved the packaging off to the side. Go ahead and take off all this kind of tissue paper looking stuff. And I think this is, again, a perfect size for a Thomas Wooden Railway destination. It's not huge. And it's not where I felt like I just unboxed the 3-in-1. I thought that might have been a little small, but this one I think is a perfect size, as a toy. Obviously, it doesn't really, represent Wellsworth as we know it in the model era or in the CGI era, because luckily they kept those two very similar looking when they made the transition. But I think, just to have something on your layout that says Wellsworth is pretty cool. I thought about buying a second one of these, and I still might, just because, why not? But for right now, I got the one. The play feature is really cool. It's really simple. At first, when I saw this, for some reason, I always thought there was a second, like a green sign that said go, at the bottom that, a train could go through. I know there's a destination or a little, building out there that has that, but for some reason I thought this one did, and I'm glad this one doesn't. But yeah, very simple. Great work, around the edges. Paying $40, honestly, I can see why you'd pay $40 for this. It's a bigger piece than the other one I have, and it just looks great. It looks really nice. It almost looks more like a schoolhouse, even. But yeah. Before I just ramble on about nothing, that's what it is. The nice thing is you do get track and the original clickety-clack, I think that's what it was called, track in front of it. That was pretty cool. Both the destinations, because as you just saw, I didn't really talk about it, but they had the track kind of incorporated into the building. I kind of prefer that almost, because then it's like I get an quote-unquote extra piece of track. Just I don't have to waste, my very limited straight track on that. So I'm going to move that station over, and we're going to go ahead and open up our next item. Alright, so it was kind of hard for me to decide, but I ended up going with Bertram, because I had Bertram and Duke. I got the 2015 version. Apparently this was a rare version or a limited run. It doesn't say limited run on it, but I think it was just rare or hard to get. I like this so much better than the one I see like a lot of other YouTubers have, and the one, when you kind of Google it, like the first one you really see, like the old, I'm not sure what era, it was probably like early 2000s, if I had to guess. But this one, it looks like them. Duke and Bertram are the same class of locomotive, so it's really great to get this version, not the one that doesn't have a tender and, the cab's red. And don't get me wrong, it's a nice model, but it's not as accurate. I'll actually even go ahead, I'm going to move the camera down a little bit. There we go. You can see I got some track off to the side to put them on when I open them up. But we're going to go ahead and open them up. This is, again, 2015, I believe. Yeah, it says 2015 on here. I could be wrong. To be honest, I only recently got back into the Thomas Wooden Railway stuff, and when I got back into it was right when it ended. So we'll go ahead and kind of open this up as I talk. So, unfortunately, I kind of missed out on a lot of stuff. But the good news is, being a little older now, I can afford to pay a little extra. The amount of money I paid for this, I'd rather not say, because some people probably think I'm crazy. But, oh man, it feels, feeling a brand new, out-of-the-box Wooden Railway engine is just something else. It's just fantastic. So there's nothing in the package other than Bertram. He looks really good, actually. My only complaint, if I had to complain, and I'm not, would be back here. Actually, well, now that as I'm saying it, he's got a tender, so I don't know why the complaint I was going after was kind of more of based on his other model where it doesn't have the tender, so it's supposed to be like his coal bunker right there. I was going to say something, and then as I went to say it, I'm like, well, he's got a whole tender, so it's fine. I guess the only thing, now that I'm thinking about I can complain about is the top of the cab's also brown, where I think it's black. I'm not sure. It's been a little bit since I've seen the episode. But I really like it. I like the face on it. We'll kind of pick him up real quick to show you the face. I really like the face on it. It's really nice, really cool. Again, there's a lot of things I could say. Just being able to get back into this stuff, from when I was a kid till now, which kind of sounds weird, but it's just very relaxing for me. It sounds odd, I know. It's just relaxing. I like it. It's nothing crazy, except for, I guess, maybe the price, which I guess if you go on eBay within the next little bit, if you see one of these on there, that's about the price I paid for it. I paid on the cheaper side. I found the cheapest one I could on there. But before I ramble on about too much, I think spending 2 to 3 minutes, maybe 4 minutes per item is probably about as long as I want it to last. We're going to go ahead and we're going to move on to our final item. And yeah, that's Bertram. Alright, so we're on our last item of 4. I really enjoyed this, actually, before I go ahead and open up Duke. I've really enjoyed this unboxing. This is the first time I've done unboxings. I run another YouTube channel, so if you recognize my voice from my other YouTube channel, which I'm not going to name, it has nothing to do with Thomas Wooden Railway. But if you recognize my voice, you'll know I've never done unboxing videos. This is the first one I've done. I've done reviews of stuff or like haul videos, so I guess unboxing haul videos are relatively similar, but I've just really done haul videos, and those I don't think I've ever done well. This video has gone very well, and I'm hoping not to screw it up with the last item and when I do my overall kind of talk. But Duke right here, fantastic model. One of the last narrow gauge engines I need to get. I think it's just Smudger and then the new ones, and I'll have everything from the season. I want to say between seasons 4 and 5. I think is either season 3 or season 4 the narrow gauge engines were introduced, and I feel bad because I can't remember. Someone will correct me in the comments, I'm sure. But when the narrow gauge engines were introduced, up until the CGI, the late model era and the CGI era, I have all the original ones from seasons, like I said, 3 through 5. We'll go with that because I don't think there were really any new ones. But I think I have them all, or at least I have a version, whether or not I update them, that's different. I think the only one I need is Smudger, which, you can say, does it count, does it not count? But anyways, let's actually get into Duke. This is a 2008. His card says, you can kind of read it here, it says 2008. So it's 2019. So Duke's been in his package for, I think, 11 years. And it's time to get them out in the fresh air. Really excited. There's a little bit of denting on the box because, like I said, I got Bertram and Duke off eBay. It's just going to be crazy to open this up. Limited time only, you saw, which I'm not sure if that's true. Because I feel like I remember seeing them in stores quite often. I just never picked them up because I only had a few episodes when I was a kid. I guess I'll open as I talk. See if I can do both. That really talked about the narrow gauge engines. I had some, but not a lot. So I was always focused on getting the bigger engines. Up until recently, I didn't get a hold of. I just recently got a hold of an Oliver. Oh, this is that era that they're super safe that you can't break into, I believe. So let me see. No, that's what happens when you do a live unboxing. Anything can happen. You realize that. Got into it, and you're like, okay, I'm not prepared for this. Let me pick it up real quick. I'm going to pull it off screen. I'm going to see if I can find a way to cut into this real fast without damaging the model. There we go. Screwdrivers will do more than you think. Okay. Now I kind of busted my way into the model. There we go. Kind of from the bottom, we'll work our way up. But yeah, I mean, and it's good that, back in the day that they were smart enough to put these, design them like this so they are safe. You can't break into them. obviously makes it harder for idiots like me when you actually paid for them to open them up. But we'll get Duke open one way or another. I plan on it. I promise you that. Here we go. Let me pull it back behind the screen a little bit. A little off-screen work. Funny thing is, I told myself to grab scissors before I started, along with the screwdriver, and I completely forgot. That's the funny part. But there you go. We got Duke's card, and then along with another one of these pamphlets. Because I think, yeah, it looks like this guy, Duke and Wellsworth, were pretty much sold at the same time. There we go. Sorry if that's a little loud on camera, but... Ooh, there we go. Not as graceful as Bertram, I'll admit. Let me bring my track back in here. But Duke is out and Duke is free. There we go. Look at that. I know we haven't seen Duke or Bertram introduced in the CGI era. You know, I know a lot of people are hoping he'd come back. You never know. I hope he will. And I hope they do it on a splendid fashion. You know, normal stuff on the bottom. And, again, Duke, what I like about Duke is, unlike Bertram, his top of his cab is black. However, Bertram does have a little bit more of the look. I think, you know, obviously, you know, being later in the game, you know, 2015, they were able to perfect a little bit on the model that they didn't want to or couldn't afford to when they made Duke. But no matter what, I'm going to go ahead and just say it's a great model. And we're going to head off to the end here because this last item took a little longer than I thought it would to unbox. So let's check everything out that I opened up and end off the video. Okay, so here we are, everything unboxed. Only 4 items, so hopefully it was around a 20-minute video. That's what I was shooting for. I could see, you know, when I went to open up Duke, that did take a little bit longer because I forgot he was in the super protective packaging. Also, you know, I did get the character card. I can kind of put that down here. I didn't read the back, but as of, a lot of people know that I've been collecting for a long time, or since the beginning of Wooden Railway. Originally, you know, back in the day, you got these cards that talked a little bit about the character. I'm not going to read it because I'll be honest, even being an adult, I'm really bad at reading out loud and I don't want to make a fool of myself. But I guess I can kind of leave this up here real fast. Hopefully it'll focus. I'll kind of leave it up there as I talk. You can maybe read it real fast. But it's really nice, you know, because Bertram didn't come with these. I wish I knew where a lot of mine went because I was watching another channel and I realized that I have a lot more items that came with them than I thought. And I have like 0 cards. So that's kind of unfortunate, but, I mean, as a kid, you kind of just care about the toy, you know, little flimsy card, who cares, but whatever. And then I got 2 of the cool little pamphlets they used to give out. I don't think they did towards the end of the Wooden Railway. I don't know, because like I said, I got back into this just after Wooden Railway ended, so I'm kind of playing catch-up, but I digress before I, you know, spiel off on a whole nother thing. This is I had a lot of fun doing this video. Hopefully I can do more. I'll probably try to do, like, save up, like, 4 to no more than 10 items. Kind of depends on how quick I get them and what they are. And if I need them right away. I'll leave them boxed and I'll kind of open them up a little bit. So that means these are going to be really sporadic. You know, it's not going to be like I'm going to do one a year. I'm going to do one every couple months. Kind of be like when I get a good collection of stuff in box I didn't need right away, I'll go ahead and open it. And that even comes down to if I get stuff new in box. Maybe I'll do stuff, I guess you can tell me in the comments, you know, if I order stuff in that's just, you know, it's not brand new, but I order off of eBay, you know, it comes in that nice cardboard box or the bubble mailer, if you want me to do those as well, because that's kind of cool for you and me, because sometimes I remember what I got from what address and sometimes I don't. I just know I got these items coming in, it's one of these, cool, here we go, and kind of when we open it, it's both a little surprise. So let me know down in the comments if you'd like me to do that too, or just like the brand new inbox stuff. Because if I do the brand new inbox stuff, I can't guarantee, you know, I'm going to end up with a lot of it. I'm not going to say I'm never going to end up with it, because occasionally you can find, you know, good prices of unboxed or inbox items. But who knows? Just tell me what you think in the comments. Let me know. I had a lot of fun doing this, like I said. Really happy to get these 2 characters. Paid a little more than I'd like to for Bertram, but I got the model I wanted, and I always kind of tell people, you know, go for the model you want. Don't just settle unless you really can't afford the model you want, and the other model is extremely, you know, cheap. Or if they're both really expensive, you know, then pay the extra money for the one you want. I feel bad because I always say stuff like, I don't know why people charge this much for it because there's always that one moron or one guy. I probably shouldn't say moron, but there's that one guy, girl, gal, person that pays that much for it, so everyone sells it for it. So unfortunately, I kind of contributed to that when I bought Bertram. But that's if you get this model of Bertram. The other one, it's really easy to get a hold of. And the nice part is that other one comes with the scrapyard guards too, a lot of them. I'm going to stop talking now because since I have kind of segmented my videos out on my camera. I'm not sure how long this has been. Hopefully around 20 minutes, no longer than 30 minutes, because I know that's about when I know I get antsy watching YouTube videos. Unless you had this around as background noise, then I wish it was a little longer perhaps, but otherwise, thank you all for watching. Please, let me know what you thought down in the comments, and go check out my other videos. And hope to see you again at Little Sodor Studios.